Hey there, the other day we had a really good time talking about improvising along a very specific idea, which was taking a key, G major, on a steel string acoustic guitar with a flat pick, and ideas for expressing ourselves and being creative along the instrument. And I got some really cool feedback, and today I wanted to have an electric guitar in my fingers as opposed to a flat pick and talk about ways we can expand on this idea of improvising to opening up the guitar even more. So if you haven't watched that first video yet, check that out, because the basic thing we're doing is the idea was learning all the notes in the key of G major very well in the first position, understanding that the open strings are consonant and that they can create beautiful chord voicings by how we lay them out naturally, and we can use the open strings, like for instance, instead of playing a C like this, we could play a C like this and create different voicings by just mapping out the fingers and kind of just letting them flow. Today what we're going to do is we're going to move up the neck of the guitar, and we're going to learn G major in another position to start. Now, so last week, just to review, we had E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G, right? Now what we're going to do today is we're going to move this up into the 7th position, and we're going to learn the entire 7th position of G major. Positions on the guitar can be thought of a couple different ways. There's 2 ways they look at, but what I like to think of for a position is that we have 4 fingers. Each finger gets its own fret, right? And so right now I'm in the 1st position, the 2nd position, and I'm going to move this to the 7th position, right? So my pointer finger will be on the 7th fret, my middle finger gets the 8th, my ring gets the 9th, and my pinky gets the 10th. Sorry, a little sidetrack there. So anyway, here we are. Now on the 6th string, remember we have 1 sharp in the key of G major, which is F sharp. So if we map that out over the 7th fret, we have B is our pointer finger, C, D, E, F sharp, G, here's our root or our tonal center, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, and I might go up to this E for those little minor tones. Another way to look at it, we can look at which fingers we use. I'm using fingers 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Cool, right? Now, so what if, we take this idea and we're like, okay, I've got this, I've learned. B, C, D, E, F, and G. So here's our root, here's our 1. Our F sharp. Here's our 5, our D. Here's our 4, which is C. 3. And you notice I'm playing just these 3rd and 2nd strings open, because or the 4th and 3rd, excuse me, that's a D, which is a 5th in the key of G. The 3rd string is the root. The 2nd string is the 3rd. So all these notes we can use as open. So I could, I'm using my fingers today, I could strum them. This is where it gets really fun, because last week we were talking about basically these open shapes where we know, right? So let's just say I'm going from G, E minor, say, C. Let's do it in 3. 1, 2, 3. So I just played a 1, 6, 4 progression in the key of G. I can move that up here into the 5th position or the 7th position, and check this out. Here's my root. Here's my 6, or G, E, C. Now let's see what happens if I just start. Get a nice little bass note up there. cool, and I'm just playing those notes from that scale. Maybe for fun, I'll take my tremolo and just hold it in my fingers like this. Get a little bit of... Get a little bit of flutter in there, right? So we can do them both. Now we're all over the neck. Here's where it gets crazy. Last week we learned open position. We learned the 7th position. Get some really interesting voices up here, and when your friends are down here playing open position chords and writing songs, you can be like, oh, I'll improvise over top of you using this really cool shape in the key of G in the 7th position and create new beautiful voicings. Okay, since you learned this last week, next cool thing, which was E, F sharp, G, A, B, right? You remember all that? We can take that up an octave too, since we're on the electric and we have a little extra range. So I'll take that same idea using my pointer finger as the open, and I'll play E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. Now, if that's confusing to you, all we're doing is we're taking the open position scale we learned last week, and we're moving it up the octave to the 12th fret. The 12th position is our octave of our open position, which you probably, if you're watching this, you probably know that by now. But just to reiterate, if it's confusing, is just pretend like this open position's a fret, right? And we move that up, and that becomes the 12th fret. Then we got this. Now we can take our ideas from down low. Get squirrely with it. Much different vibe than what we had last week, right? With same concept we were using on the steel string acoustic with a flat pick. Now we're using just our fingers to try to get these tones, and it's really fun. I can put my emphasis on the melody notes as opposed to the bass notes. And yes, it's great to know all these shapes and be like, oh, actually, the C minor position triad up here at the 7th position. But we don't want to think about that when we're doing this, because this is a moment for us to just explore and be like, whoa, I got this cool little shape that sounds amazing. It's the key of G major using all these open notes, and yeah, it could sound minor-y. Letting our fingers be safe and flow around and explore the fretboard to create beautiful sounds. And it's something you just never get bored of. It's so much fun. All you have to do is you learn this pattern. Whatever technique you have in the moment, whatever instrument you have at the moment is great. But now we're able to just kind of have some ideas, taking this pattern, and this pattern, superimposing that against the open strings, and then you're just kind of like, I'll just make some shapes here and see what goes on. Putting that F in there. I keep putting in that flatted 7th that I'm going to talk about next time. Meaning the next thing we're going to talk about, because today we open the neck up, we talk about that. Next time we're going to talk about putting in different chords to give ourselves different harmonies, to give ourselves different kind of more, maybe some dissonance, some kind of excitement. Maybe we'll talk about modulating or changing the key, and some very common chord substitution. So I'm going to do one more video on the same idea in just a few days. But so this week, you know, try this moving up into these different positions. And I'll just kind of show you a little bit here in this open position. We started here last week. Can you tell I like Bill Frisell? Isn't that fun? Let's do it again soon. Thanks.